What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan and I'm B-Man X45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our first deck profile for the BT13 format. Yes, BT13 released yesterday, and we have our first deck profile here in the form of yellow-red or red-yellow, however you like to see it, ShineGreymon. We've been playing ShineGreymon for a while now. This is the deck's final iteration as we got their final support in BT13. I'm really enjoying the deck, and I love seeing it at its full potential. In fact, I'm probably going to be taking this to the online Top Cut Regionals, I believe, next Saturday the 29th. This is the deck I am most likely going to run. However, I might make a few changes. But without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. Let's explain all our choices, and you guys can tell me what you think. To start off, we have the 4 Koromon from BT5's best Koromon for this deck, the draw power. When attacking, if you have an Omnimon or a Greymon, it's the best version for this deck. You don't need DP boosts. Next, starting with our rookies, our level 3s, we have 4 of the BT12 Agumon still. Reveals top 4. He's your searcher, adds a Greymon and a Marcus to your hand, and then his inheritable is when you suspend a yellow or red tamer, you may minus 2000 DP from one of your opponent's Digimon. So just still a really great card. Followed up by the BT13 Agumon, which is the new one. Main, once per turn, if you have one of your Marcus Daemons, is also treated as a 3K Digimon that can't Digivolve. So you do get your Marcuses off for free. You don't have to pay, which is really, really good. I wasn't sure about him, but he is absolutely necessary at 4 for the deck. And then his inheritable, which is when one of your red or yellow tamers would be suspended, you can destroy a Digimon that is one of your opponent's Digimon that is 3,000 or less DP, which is really good because with all your DP reductions, sometimes you can't bring the monster down low enough. But if you can get him down to 3K, you can then destroy that. So that's comes up. It's really good. And then we play 2 of the EX4 Agumon. Not as good. I still really like it because start of your main phase, if you have a red or yellow tamer in play, it gains you a memory. So memory gain can be really crucial sometimes, as well as is inheritable that when one of your red or yellow tamers is suspended, you draw one. So it gives you extra draw power in the stack, which is also really good. And then lastly, we play 2 Agumon X-Antibody. Still a really great card. I feel like you only need 2. Because you don't want to put your Marcuses on the bottom of the deck, but it still searches you your Greymon pieces. It is a dinosaur, which comes up with GeoGreymon, and free Digivolution as well. So, I mean, draw for 0, it's always really good. So 2 is really good, and that makes up our rookies, 12 rookies. Next, we have our level 4s. We have 4 of the new GeoGreymon from BT13. He has the same inheritable as the new Agumon, so when it's suspended, you can pop a 3K or lower when your red or yellow tamer is suspended. He does Digivolve 2 from an Agumon with dinosaur in its traits, so you're always Digivolving for the lesser cost, like all the other GeoGreymons we've gotten so far. But when Digivolving, you can search your security stack for a yellow or red tamer and then play it without paying its cost, and if you did, recovery +1. So it's like got that TK ability baked in, but you can play your yellow or red tamers for free, and that's any tamer, yellow or red tamer, so that's really good. And then you shuffle your security stack. He's just the best part, I feel, about some of the support we got from BT13. He's just so good. You have to play him at 4, which is why I'm only playing 3 of the GeoGreymon from BT12, which is, he's got the same inheritable again as his Agumon counterpart from that set, so minus 2000 DP when you suspend a yellow or red tamer to one of your opponent's Digimon. He Digivolves for 2 on an Agumon and with dinosaurs traits, and when Digivolving, if you don't have a Marcus in play, you can play a Marcus without paying its cost, which is really good, but later game it's not as good, which is why I feel like these guys, I've always, like in other decks, I've always played less than 4 of these. They're still really good, but late game it's not going to be as good. I mean, it can come up if your Marcus dies and stuff like that, so that's really good, but I feel like this guy is just better because you can put Marcuses with your Rise Greymon on the security stack, so I think he has that potential. And you're usually, when playing 8, I play 8 red yellow tamers, you're most likely going to have 1 in your security, and if you don't, like I said, Rise Greymon puts your Marcuses there when they die, so you can actually play him for free off this guy. So I feel like the 3-4 ratio is really good, and I'm playing that because I play some other cards that other people might not play. 2 GeoGreymon from EX4. He's got the same, basically the same effect as the Agumon from EX4, the memory gain at the start of the main phase if you have a red or yellow tamer, and then the draw one when one of your red or yellow tamers is suspended for inheritable. So still really good, really comes up. Memory gain's really good and drawing's really good, but just not as good as those other abilities, so we only play him at 2. Last 2 I play are Greymon and Greymon X-Antibody. This card is a 1 for a reason. It can make your Rise Greymon, your BT12 Rise Greymon, a 1-cost Digivolution. You could play instead. You could play the. If you play this guy, you have to play a Greymon target to get that value there. And this guy has value in the deck also because he lets you play. I play a couple tie tamers, so it allows you to play those tie tamers for free. If I was going to change, maybe not play the ties, maybe I would change this to a BT5 Greymon because he is a 1-cost Digivolution, but I feel like this has some sweet synergy in the deck, and it can come up and it can be really good. So I feel like it's still a really good call, and I like this because it allows me to play 11 champions, and I like that ratio. I do not like 10 champions. I feel like you never see them. I like playing a little bit more than 10. So no, that's it for our level 4s. Level 5s, we have the Rise Greymon, the 3 from BT12 and the 3 from BT13. They both have the same all turns and inheritable, which is when one of your red or yellow tamers would be deleted, you can place 1 Marcus Daemon from your trash on the top of your security stack. So that makes the new GeoGreymon more live. And then the differences are there when Digivolving. They both Digivolve for 3 from a GeoGreymon, so that do reduce cost. And then you may play the new guy is what you may play a Marcus Daemon from your hand without paying its cost, so it lets you play a free Marcus. And this guy lets you gain a memory if you have a red or yellow tamer on the field, which you should always usually have if you're playing the deck right. So this guy should always be like a 2-cost Digivolution, really, is basically what he should be. But even more so, when you play this in conjunction with this, it becomes a 1-cost Digivolution if you're playing the deck right. And then all your other level 5s become a 2-cost. So that's why I really like this combo, because 1-cost, super good value. So for 3 memory, you could basically go from an Agumon to a Rise Greymon for 3 memory and get all those abilities off and draw multiple times. So that's really good. So I think 3 and 3 is a perfect number because we also play 2 of the Rise Greymon X-Antibody. Really great card. I wish I could play like 3 of each. That would be like perfect. I like 9 level 5s. Sometimes that feels like a good number, but you just don't have the room. And he Digivolves for 1 on the Rise Greymon, and then you get to play a red or yellow tamer for free, which can be very good. So this package actually feels really good. The numbers are good because you don't want to see him before you see this, because having to play him kind of hurts because he is a 4-cost. Unless you can get that reduced cost from him, then he's 2. But you'd still rather play these guys first. So I think this is a perfect lineup for these, especially since most of your red or yellow tamers are Marcuses, so it doesn't really matter which ability triggers them. So just the 8. Then for level 6s, we play 3 of the BT12 ShineGreymon. When Digivolving for each of your red or yellow tamers you have in play, one of your opponent's Digimon and all of your opponent's secured Digimon gain us minus 3,000 for the turn, so he keeps your Marcuses alive when they attack security. He's 3 on a Rise Greymon, so he's decreased cost. And all your Marcus Daemons in play gain 3,000 DP and security attack +1, which is super good. And then we play 2 of the ShineGreymon from the new set. So he's start of your main phase when Digivolving until the end of your opponent's turn. One of your Marcus Daemons is also treated as a 3k DP Digimon. They can't Digivolve but gains blocker, so he gives your Marcus blocker. And then once per turn, all turns, when one of your red or yellow tamers becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon gets 6,000 DP for the turn. So that can be really good. If you leave the Marcus not attack, he can blocker, and then he suspends, and then he minus 6,000 DP. So it can be really good on your opponent's turn. So I think 2 of them is a good number. And lastly, we play 2 of the new ShineGreymon Burst Mode. This card is clutch. This is what makes the deck really good. You can burst Digivolves from 0 on a ShineGreymon by returning a Marcus Daemon from your hand. And then at the end of the Burst Digivolution turn, you strip this card goes to the trash. So the top card goes to the trash. So he just de-Digivolves basically. Then when Digivolving, you may play 1 Marcus Daemon from your hand without paying the cost. For the turn, that tamer played by this effect is treated as a 12k DP Digimon that gains Rush and can't Digivolve. Whatever, we know that. Your turn once per turn. When one of your tamers becomes suspended, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So this can go for game with Marcus. Super good. If you have one security left on your opponent's side, you can play him for 0, bounce your Marcus, play the Marcus back, then that Marcus attacks, and when it attacks, it suspends and trashes the last security before it attacks for game. So that's super good. So really great. And then on to the tamers, we play for Marcus, the new Marcus from BT13. He's a 5 cost. Start of your turn, he's your memory gain guy. If you have 2 or fewer, set it to 3. You may suspend this tamer on play, and when this tamer becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon gains minus 3000 DP, and then if you have a Digimon with Agumon or Greymon, its name gain 1 memory. So this is really good. If you played it, it's only a 4 cost. It's only a memory tamer, because you can just suspend it and gain the memory back, so that's kind of cool. And then, of course, the 3000 DP is pretty great, because you can just start popping or lowering your opponent's DP, which is very good. He's actually better than the other guy, because now we're only playing 3 of the BT12, which is the guy that lets you Digivolve your Greymons for free, basically. And you can use this guy to go into burst mode so that he doesn't die. But, I mean, like, for a quick game-ending combo, you're always going to be, you know, bouncing that and then bringing him back. So, this guy is still really great, but you don't want to have to pay his 1 cost, because that just decreases the memory value you have, where this guy gives you memory value, because every time you suspend him, you gain a memory, and you neg 3000 off your opponent. So you have to play 4 of him. I feel like 3 of him is still really good. And then we have 1 Tai Kari for the potential memory gain versus lowering that security DP to make sure your Marcuses survive. And we play 1 BT12 Black Tai Kamiya, which is start of your main phase or on play. This a Digimon with Agumon or Greymon, its name gets 1000 DP and blocker. So you can turn this guy into a blocker. You can turn your ShineGreymons into 13,000 DP blockers, which is actually really cool. And then when one of your Digimon digivolves into a Digimon with Greymon or Omnimon, its name suspended, by spending this tamer, you gain a memory. So he makes all your Digivolutions cheaper once per turn, which would be really good. I saw someone playing 3 of this. I would love to play more. I just don't have the room, because I want this package right here, and that takes up 2 slots. And I wanted to try the Tai and Kari package, because I like having 8 yellow-red tamers. If I didn't like this, I would probably cut it for another Tai, but right now I'm liking this ratio, and I just like that little added support that you get with this. Plus, you can play both of these for free off the BT12 Greymon, which is actually really cool. So that's it for the tamers. Lastly, we're going to go into our option cards with just the 3 option cards we played last format, which are 2 Shining Blast and 1 Sunrise Buster. It's at 1. This plays any of your red or yellow tamers. This plays your Marcus Daemons. They both do immense DP reduction, all for a low cost of 5. Really great cards, and they all activate in security, so that's super cool too. Really great cards, and they just further your plays. So that's it for the deck. Unfortunately, I do have another Marcus Daemon coming, another foil Marcus Daemon coming, but or the box topper, but I do still need 1 more of these to fully hollow out the deck. It's just too expensive right now, but I think this is the deck I'm going to play at regionals. I hope I do well with it. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you think I could do better on this deck, if there's some ideas that would work better, or if you like the deck and you think it'll do good. But other than that, I think that's all the time we have for this video. If you enjoyed today's content, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. And that's all for now, folks.